Akashwani presents Northeast Diary.
Good evening, welcome to this edition of Northeast Diary. As we explore the northeastern part of India, it gets intriguing to know about it in each episode. Let me tell you about the excitement in today's episode. Today, we bring an exclusive interview with Karen Yapthomi, an esteemed restaurateur based in Delhi, whose unique vision and culinary flair have earned her widespread acclaim in the realm of Naga cuisine. And in our segment, Enchanting Folktales of Northeast India, we delve into the captivating world of Northeastern folklore, unearthing tales that have been passed through generations, revealing the magic and wonder of Northeastern part of India, their storytelling tradition. But for now, let's listen to a special report on the upcoming Lok Sabha elections in Meghalaya. Stay tuned as we delve into the State Election Department's innovative initiatives for green elections alongside efforts to boost voter turnout, particularly in the Shillong constituency.
In response to the Election Commission of India's call for eco-friendly elections, the State Election Department in Meghalaya is gearing up for a green initiative during the upcoming Lok Sabha elections. Chief Electoral Officer BDR Tiwari announced a significant tree plantation campaign. With ideal weather conditions for planting, the department plans to plant 2 saplings at each polling station to be planted by the first male and female voters.
Meghalaya being very largely a green state, and now weather is also very conducive for the plantation. So we are taking a larger plantation drive and to make these elections green and rememberable. So each polling station we are going to plant 2 saplings, and those will be planted by the first male voter and first female voter. So we already taken up the matter with the forest department. They provide the ID, sufficiently grown saplings, and polling party will carry along with all those things in the proper bags, eco-friendly bags.
In addition to environmental efforts, the election department is also focusing on boosting voters' turnout, particularly in the Shillong constituency. Initiatives such as football matches and cleanliness drives aim to raise awareness about voting importance. CEO Tiwari emphasizes community involvement, highlighting collaborations with local football clubs to engage youth in the democratic process.
Our sweep strategy has been planned to the grassroots level surrounding the polling stations. So for the community involvement, to counter the youth apathy. Now football is the most popular game, and lot of sweep activities has been planned through the football. So our CEO office and district election officers are coming up, reaching to the different football clubs, youths, and taking youth and democracy together through football. Moreover, the community announcement system is called Usongat or Duldok in the Khasi Hill, Duldoka in the Garo Hill. We are engaging these community practices, announcement, etc., and appeal to the local communities, darbars, and involving youth and different social organizations. So we are very sure and confident this voting percentage will increase in coming Lok Sabha elections. So all the sweep strategy up to the ground level we already has worked out. So music, the football game, the community participation, and moreover like a very larger scale as these elections are being taken as the green election and clean election. So for the cleanliness, as there is a very well-known community practice of the cleaning drive in the different area. So pre-poll cleaning drive also we are taking up in the all polling stations, and post-poll also, because the cleanliness message of state of Meghalaya should pass on through these elections also.
Addressing the challenge of low voter turnout, the department has devised strategies tailored to each polling booth and district. Grassroots institutions like Dorbar Shenongs and schools are enlisted to combat voter apathy. These concerted efforts not only contribute to environmental preservation but also promise positive outcomes for voter engagement, particularly in Shillong. This is Shivangi with Lamfreng Non-Spung reporting for Northeast Diaries from Akashvani News, Shillong.
Enchanting folktales of Northeast India. Today, we invite you to immerse yourself in a captivating Karbi folktale titled The Village They Fled, narrated by Manoj Mainkar.
A hilly river named Ampri has been flowing through the Inglong Maker Hill. It is said she is the eldest daughter of the river Kopili. On the south bank of the river reigned one Marame Bangthe, and on the north Kankat Bangthe. Owing to compulsions, Marame had to marry his daughter to Kankat. The father sent a goat along with his daughter. One day, while the goat was grazing in the forest, it was devoured by a tiger. Receiving the news, Kankat Bangthe ordered his people to kill the goat-eating tiger. Soon the tiger was caught in a net and killed. There is a practice prevalent among the Karbis that if a tiger is killed, the villagers should arrange a festival while peeling off its skin. It is a celebration of killing a tiger, Tike Kikan. Villagers celebrate such a festival as a matter of great pride. Feeling that way, Kankat Bangthe too arranged a Tike Kikan festival, which the villagers celebrated earnestly. There was a lavish offering of all kinds of coveted menus, like rice, fish, meat and drinks. At the same time, a new development took place. Marame Bangthe put up a demand before Kankat that he should get the skin of the tiger, as he had gifted the goat as a dowry to his daughter. Kankat, on the other hand, went on slandering Marme rather than giving him the tiger's skin. The daughter, being unable to bear such indignity, let her father know surreptitiously everything. Both the father and the daughter, after a thorough discussion, began to wait for time and opportunity. In reality, had a battle taken place, Marme would not be able to defeat Kankat because of a precious weapon the latter had got from Lord Mahadev after a stringent penance. One day, Kankat's wife, covering that particular weapon with a scroll of a forest plantain tree leaves, sent it to his father clandestinely. Marme Bangthe, considering it to be the proper time, attacked Kankat's village. Complacent Kankat, while readying to retort, was surprised to have not found the weapon gifted by Lord Mahadev. He understood, in the absence of the weapon, it was now difficult to fight back, and so decided to flee to the plains, surpassing all kinds of hazards though. Marme Bangthe's soldiers drove Kankat Bangthe away to Gaharisila, Arlongfak, and did not proceed further. Kankat's wife did not accompany him. She felt happy in doing so. Another young man, too, did not flee away fearing. He stayed back at Himgog Pepamsuru. Marme's soldiers brought him to Chimekitang Bitali and unleashed a rain of torture upon him. Yet he did not succumb to it. At last, he was killed at that place. On the other hand, the fleeing king Kankat Bangthe had been wandering in the hills of Tegheria. His body turned pale on account of almost non-stop sucking of his blood by insects like mosquitoes and gadflies, etc. Even the clothes he wore were torn at many places, making him completely naked. He took shelter at the hollows of the big trees and lived on forest fruits only. During this period, the Tegheria king came to the hill for hunting deers. He, along with his entourage, entered the Polia Changia hill. He was accompanied in his entourage by a herd of dogs. Having seen a stark naked person in a hollow of a tree, the dogs began to bark to the hilt. The royal assistants thought the dogs might have sighted a deer somewhere, and therefore they moved a bit forward. But to their utter astonishment, they came across a stark naked person. The Tegeria king could recognize Kankat Bangthe and felt grieved at his pathetic flight. He removed his hatpali, a strip of cloth wrapped round the head, from his head and offered it to Kankat to wear. Back at the village, Marme and his daughter could hear about the calamities Kankat had to face while wandering in the Tegeria hills in a precarious position. Compassionate as they were, felt tremendously sad. Marme sent his men to bring his son-in-law back to the village, but the latter did not agree. He instead left the Tegeria hills and lived in Dimarua Badumara kingdom for the rest of his life. By singing a folk song encompassing all the travails of his life, he tried to forget the painful days.
So that was Manoj Mayankar, senior broadcaster, with the Garbhya story. Today, in our Personality of the Week segment on Northeast Diary, we shine the spotlight on Karen Yeptami, a trailblazing Nagaland native making waves in the culinary world. Based in Delhi, Karen has garnered national recognition for her innovative approach to Naga cuisine. Let's delve into her journey and culinary expertise as we explore her achievements and passion for showcasing the rich flavors of Northeast India. Stay tuned for an insightful interview with Karen Yeptami. The interviewer is Kaushik Roy.
In the studios today we have Karen Yeptami, who's a Delhi-based restaurant, and she specializes in Nagaland cuisine. And of course, she also won in the year 2020 the Indo-European Chamber of Small and Medium Enterprises National Women's Excellence Award. Many congratulations for this wonderful award to you, Karen. And first of all, how did your journey into the world of food begin?
My journey in the food industry has been both challenging and rewarding. So I'll come to a part of where it is challenging. Is something, it is very physically and mentally demanding,
Yes.
job in food industry. Unpredictable long hours and expectation from customers. You have your staff retention and recruitment, your sustainability, which is your fixed cost, your monthly expenses, your monthly fixed rent, or your staff salaries. There's so much of challenging, but the rewarding part, I would say, is that, when I see my guests who come to dine into Zuku, and when I see them so happy, their soul is literally like, it's like smiling, I could see,
Right. It's worth the
that's when
the sacrifice that
exactly
you make.
the long hours that you are spending in your kitchen, but that's something, the joy and satisfaction that you get from your customers. I wouldn't want to give up for anything today.
Right. And friends, the name of Karen's restaurant in Delhi is Zuku Tribal Kitchen, which is in the Vasant Kunj area of New Delhi. So can you tell us when you started cooking as a child, or were you in school? How did it happen?
I grew up in a very big family, like
Okay.
we are 7 siblings. And how typical my mom would say, my mom would make sure that all of our siblings would, I think minus brothers, 4 sisters, and she would make us cook every day at home.
Okay. And from what age you
that was we were in school, still in school, you know, making sure that, you know, we learn how to cook.
Okay.
Yeah, so this was my mother was very strict. My mother used to teach, you know, and it was more of like we were her student at home.
Okay.
You know.
Wonderful.
And yeah, there were times I didn't want to do it because I'm still in school, right? But my mother made sure that every day we were given turn by turn. There were times I just make like just for the sake of it, I would cook. I remember one day my mom said like, Karen is just not giving an effort to learn how to really make something tasty, but just water and whatever, you know, few ingredients so that nobody eats her cooking, and the next day, you know, nobody would want to ask her to make when her turn come. So, you know, something like that. My mom was, so initially that was kind of, I thought that it was not something my thing, you know, but as I grew later part of my life, you know, I really, that the food became like my passionate about, you know, it become like something that I would want to cook and experiment, and, you know, not only Naga food, but then I would go to the market and get the best of vegetables or the best meat quality that you come across. I want to take that home and just cook.
Okay.
You know, so this is how my cooking started.
That's wonderful.
And yes, and at the same time, I wanted to do something on my own at some point. And working outside, I thought like, you know, I can never be my boss.
Right.
Yeah.
Karen, you mentioned this very interesting story about how your mom gave each of your sisters cooking chores every day.
Yeah.
So, can you tell us which was the dish that you cooked with a lot of effort and which was appreciated by your family the first time?
Oh, that would be like akhone with smoked pork. Akhone is that fermented soya bean, right?
Okay.
I come from a Sema tribe, so that akhone is something very, very, you know, very important for Sema household. And of course, the pork is that we eat. That's our staple, rice and pork. So I would say yes. Until now, that's my favorite.
Okay.
So when anyone comes to my restaurant at Zuku Tribal Kitchen, that is my USP.
Okay. And then how did this journey to start Zuku Tribal Kitchen begin in Delhi?
I've been in Delhi for last, I would say like 22 years or so now. I technically grew up in Delhi. So did my, partially my, you know, after I finished my 10th class, so I came and then, you know, so after I finished my college, I wanted to do something. I was working, basically, working in couple of couple of companies. But for some reason, you know, I wanted to start something on my own to create my own identity.
Right.
And at the same time, when Zuku came, I was mother to a very young child.
Yes.
And I wanted to have more time for myself as well. But at the same time, I don't want to be just a mother, you know, and taking care of a child. But I wanted to create my own identity. And that's how Zuku came in. Yeah.
So how was the initial stages of Zuku restaurant or Zuku kitchen?
Oh, you know, very fortunately, my first outlet happened to be in Hoskas village. And people really came, the response from people from Delhi was very encouraging. I haven't really faced any criticism saying that, oh, it's stinking, it's smelling, or maybe it's like these guys are serving only non-veg, you know, and not vegetarian. I never really had that kind of problem because, and like I said, you know, the response was very positive. And that's how, you know, I wanted to, of course, it's nothing was easy. The journey hasn't been easy, you know. There's so much challenging.
But it has been very satisfying.
It has been very satisfying. And like I said, you know, the people who had come and, you know, experiment the food that I serve have been always very, very satisfying, encouraging. And for me personally, I look at it, the food that we serve is something, whatever that goes into your body, it's like a medicine, you know.
Yes.
So wanted to make sure that the food that I serve is fresh healthy.
Yes, that's one of the most important thing. Nagaland food, its focuses basically on greens, meat, forest produce, and somewhere I was reading that you practically use no oil or very little oil. So can you tell us a little bit about that, and what kind of the basic other spices that you use in Naga food?
Yeah, so Naga cuisine overall, not only Naga, the entire Northeast
yes.
cuisine is built around locally sourced ingredients.
Yes, local produce.
Yes, local produce, which is often accompanied by green vegetables, like you're saying, organic green vegetables, and there is abundance in local herbs. Yeah, so we are, and this combination, provides a complete healthy lifestyle. Yeah, you have this and very, very minimal use of oil. That ensures that the Northeastern cuisine is kind to your heart.
Yes, absolutely.
So yes, our cuisine is really built around organic vegetables and lots of local herbs. So not only the fresh herbs, but we use a lot of fermented leaves, fermented bamboo shoot.
Yes.
We have fermented soya bean. We use like mejenga as another type of the whole states that they are used. Okay. It's an indigenous pepper basically, right?
Indigenous
yeah,
pepper.
So we have every states have used that, and that is something again very, very essential. So we use the leaves as well as the seeds.
Right.
So the seeds are again preserved for longer time, and then like a black pepper that we use here, kalamarchi, then you just crush it, and then we sprinkle. Basically, you just do the flavoring and things like that. So these are very, very important. Then we also use a lot of arbi, the yam. So out of yam, during the season we will have the roots, which is called, in my language, is called IE, and then that also, but the leaves and stems are preserved, again sun dried, and then you pound them, and then you make it into paste, and that can keep it like for another 4 years like that. So this is what it becomes like stone. So when you cook anishi, the color becomes like that, the gravy is like this. So there's no preservative, nothing, but and yet you could still preserve it for 1 year. More than 1 year, which I still have in my fridge because I use it. Yes.
So in Delhi, what is the kind of food that your customers prefer at Zuku Kitchen?
Oh, everything that we serve. Yes, yeah. Okay. So we have basically, we serve rice, the white rice and sticky rice. And so customers, and then we also have, like I said, we have a lot of vegetables as well. Many people have this misconception. I must say this very clearly. Northeastern Nagas, the seven sisters, we are not only the pork eaters or chili eaters or rice eaters. We are, our food is very well balanced, So it's like we have the pork in other side, rice, we have chutney, we have got greens.
Yes.
Without greens, our meal is incomplete. So we have a lot of green vegetables, seasonal green vegetables, which is just a little bit of salt, a pinch of salt, nothing. No masala, nothing, just a pinch of salt, and that is side.
So a lot of people, healthy way,
very healthy way. So a lot of people now, the guests who comes, they're not Northeastern. A lot of our guests from the corporate crowd, expat community, there you have the embassy community. So we have everyone who comes there, they know that we have a very simple menu. So we have a fish with bamboo shoots, we've got chicken stew, Naga stew. So chicken is again cooked without a drop of oil. You put a lot of vegetables in it, so it's a stew basically, right? And fish is cooked with bamboo shoot and a lot of herbs again.
Are you also in your restaurant using the vegetables and other, as you said, the organic, the herbs and all, which come in directly from Nagaland?
Of course.
How do you source it?
There's a flight every day. There's a direct flight now. In especially in Deco, if you are sending, let's say, 50 kilos or 100 kilos, they give you a very good rate. Yeah, so we outsource it like
You
that
get
way.
all the produce fresh from Naga
Yes,
Cuisine.
yes. And at the same time now, thankfully, a lot of Manipuri girls are very, very enterprising now. So you do get, if we are short of it, we do get some of them here in Delhi itself, which is quite convenient now, yes. So any seasonal vegetables, we use it, because, you're supporting local, vendors as well,
Right.
whichever city that you are, and that's part of your contribution,
Right.
so.
Great.
great.
It is always said that a person who loves cooking for others has very simple food habits. So, can you tell what are the kind of food that you yourself enjoy?
Oh, to be honest, I like every cuisine,
Okay.
So I can eat something simple. Yes, I can just make anything like to open your fridge,
Okay.
and something I can just use ginger, garlic, garlic, and chili.
Okay.
And some meat and some fish also I can make it.
Okay.
And because what happens that here, especially in our country, we tend to use a lot of masalas, okay? In one curry, you'll have about 15 to 20 different types of masalas. And that just, I find, this is only for me. For others, they like it that way, so I have no problem. But for me, if you ask me, I could only smell of the masala. So for me, if you ask me, I would just cook very few, like garlic, ginger, tomato, bas ho gaya. And I'll keep roasting it,
Okay.
and then I can sit alone on Christmas Eve also and just cook that simple food for 2-3 hours, a glass of wine, and I'm happy, and I tell myself cheers.
Okay.
Yes,
That's
so
wonderful.
that is something that over the years I learned to enjoy the simple food,
Right.
very simple that you make, so
Right.
don't have to be very
Karen,
sophisticated.
Nagaland is also known for its lovely music, and dance. We all know that. And so, can you tell us of any particular music that you love the most, and what kind of music do you enjoy? And
I think music is my first love, if you asked me. Music, of course, the food is my first love as well. I think I have, two firsts and lovers. So one would be, the food, and other one would be music. You see, in Nagaland, we grew up listening, music, either be folk music or all these, soft rock music. Is what we grew up listening. So if you ask me my favorite song, Naga songs, then I would say there's a musician called Alobo. He's sang this beautiful song called Kumsujulo. This is a beautiful song. I really like this song.
And on that note, thank you so much, Karen, for sparing your valuable time and coming to our studios on talking to us about the wonderful, wonderful Naga food, about your journey and in creating this wonderful restaurant called Zuku's Tribal Kitchen, and also talking about the finer aspects of Naga cuisine. Thank you so much indeed.
So that was Kaushik Roy in conversation with Karen Yepthomi. And now with that, we come to the end of this edition of Northeast Diary. Do join us next week to hear more stories from this enchanting part of India. Until then, goodbye.
This program was presented and produced by Vinita Thakur with assistance from Kumar Gaurav. It was brought to you by the News Services Division of Akashvani.